What is up, guys? Welcome to Not Your Daddies,
Your future favorite podcast.
where we release episodes every Friday in our vlog channel.
Yes.
Hope you guys are having a great week. It's been a pretty good week for us, I think.
Yeah, the weather's been a little crazy. These past few days, it's been cold, rainy, windy. For us here in South Texas, it's like extremely cold.
Yeah.
So we're not used to it. We like the cold weather. I don't mind it to be gloomy, dark, cold, windy. I don't like the drizzle. I don't like the rain.
Yeah.
It just makes it like super bad for me.
I know that makes my mood change whenever it's like drizzling. But it's like Pete said, it's like cold, drizzly, and then sun.
Yeah, today it was like non-existent. It was just a super sunny day, which was really nice. I got to cut the grass. So I was really happy about that because I hadn't been able to cut the grass these past couple of weeks because we've just been really busy and, whatever.
Just being lazy for real. I'm taking a little break from a busy schedule. So whenever we can take a break, we do that. And we were able to put most of our Christmas stuff away. Today, actually, we put what was left from the outside. So
that was another reason why we hadn't been able to do a lot of stuff because it was just cold and drizzly. So all the outdoor decorations were still, there.
Kind of there. Yeah.
But I was like, we got home from the gym. We ate breakfast. We started watching TV, and I fell asleep for like a good 3 hours.
Yeah,
I was so tired, guys.
I know. He says, "Let me sleep for an hour or so," and he took maybe like almost 3 hour nap, 2.5 hour nap. But then right away he's like, "It's like a recharged battery. I'm gonna go cut the grass," and I'm like, "Oh, come down."
Out of bed. I went to go cut the grass because I told him I was like, I need to do it today because I don't know what kind of weather's going to show up tomorrow, and then it's like another week of the grass not getting cut.
I know, but I honestly do love this. I love this weather. I hope it does stay continuous minus the drizzle.
And apparently next week, even though this weekend is supposed to be like warm and sunny again, apparently next week it's supposed to be even colder than it was this week. So
yeah,
we went to Home Depot yesterday and got a few things that we needed, just in precautions of it being possible.
Well, there's these people saying, you need to get generators. Like we overheard some people saying that people are getting generators in case the lights go out, which does happen in our area. It's happened almost every year around January, February. But we haven't gotten a generator. I did tell Pete, let's look into getting one, maybe like a medium-sized one. But oh my God, they're so expensive. So hopefully that doesn't happen. It happens here at our house, but it doesn't happen at our business. So whenever it happens here, we can always go to our business. And, we have the space there. But it's just our pets. Like we have a lot of them, so just kind of leaving them behind.
We're only like 5 minutes away, guys.
Yeah, it's not that bit of
the
a
house
drive.
Doesn't get cold, but it's more of a we're over here with light, and then they're here.
Yeah, with nothing. Yeah, but other than that, I think it's been pretty good.
My suegra made caldo de res yesterday. It was so delicious.
It was so good. And then I've been trying to make different recipes. Oh, yeah. I've been trying to make different recipes. So I made some ceviche. And then what else did I make? I made something else that I hadn't made before. I don't remember. Was it this week? It wasn't this week, was it?
I think it was just the ceviche.
I've been trying to make different recipes.
I mean,
nonetheless.
Yeah, nonetheless.
But every week every episode we have a highlight and a low point of the week, and we're going to start with Pete. What has been your highlight of the week? And don't say cleaning and picking up the house, because that's like every week. You're like, oh my God, I don't have it.
I don't know. So I would say that my high point of the week definitely has been that we've been very consistent with going to the gym. I mean, we had kind of been slacking off and back and forth, on and off, but this week was very on point. Like we only missed one day.
A couple of weeks has been pretty good. I think we've been
very consistent. But yeah, so whenever there's work, we have to stop, especially because it's a weekend. So we normally just take like one day off out of the whole week. But we've been doing really good. And actually, like I feel like now that we're in the groove of things, we've been really pushing ourselves to do more. We just need to get our eating habits on a better track, so that way we see progress faster with the effort that we're doing.
I think with me, it's the the eating part, getting it more on point and on check, and the cardio. I need to do a lot more cardio because I'll see a difference in like my muscles growing, but I don't see a difference in. I don't feel like there's a big difference in like me like losing the weight, but it's because I need to incorporate more cardio and obviously change my eating habits, which aren't too bad, but they are like I do snack a lot, so that's like one thing that I need to stop. But for the most part, I feel really good as far as like the working out.
And then I think what my low point of the week would be just the fact that the weather's been a little crazy, so it's been making us a little lazier than I would prefer. I don't like that. And like I mentioned, even though some people are like, well, it doesn't affect you, you're inside, it's wet, you're not outside. But it's just the whole mood situation. And we have these windows here in the living room, which is where we spend the majority of our time is in the living room. And we see everything, like all the weather, whatever's happening is there. So it kind of just like even more of a visual to give us in a little lazy mood.
I know.
Which I normally don't mind, but when it's like day after day after day, I mean, we go to the gym, we do our little errands, and then the rest of the day we're kind of like just lounging.
I know.
around.
Like today, Pete was like, I just kind of want to take a nap. And honestly, I did too, but I didn't. There's so many things that I need to do, just kind of need to take care of, but my God, like the weather, it doesn't help. I've been supposedly wanting to declutter or taking out like stuff from the closet, stuff that I don't use, and put it in bags so that we can. I want to do a garage sale, whatever doesn't sell in the garage sale, we're going to donate it, and I want to do that, and I haven't done it, but we will. And then, like Pete said, we have these two windows in the living room that normally it doesn't have blinds, it doesn't have drapes or anything, except when we're doing like the video and the sun is out, then we'll cover it. Like we have like some removable curtains on them, with the rod and stuff. So technically that's what's on right now, even though it's nighttime. As we're recording this, it's nighttime. But we for the most part like to have those open simply because our dogs are outside and we can get to look in and out. But
they're very entertaining to watch in person because they're always doing some sort of
them and the cat. We have a cat out there with them. So I think my high point is, it's a real kind of little random, is we have this car that has been on standby for months, and we finally decided to kind of turn it on and do whatever we had to do, just because we want to use that one as our errand car, and day-to-day car. So
we don't put so many miles on the new cars
ones.
that we got.
So we finally decided to use that one, and that's what we've been using. So and it was so cold when we did it because the battery was dead and all of that. So we took it to the auto place to get the battery checked. The battery had warranty. We were able to change it, so now we're driving that around. But it was so cold, and I feel there was this girl that helped us, and I felt bad like that she was doing it, but
Andrea, right?
Yeah. And shout out to Andrea. And she wasn't letting us do anything. So I was like,
and then
girl,
coincidentally, like two men showed up, like older men, at the time we were doing that, and they were like just stared at us.
They were probably like, y estos que no están haciendo nada, que la girl lo hace. But I mean, she said, thank you for letting me do my job, but it just feels
she said
weird.
She's the what's it called? The DIY person or something like that? I guess the one that does like, stuff like that for the customers.
Their stuff there. So,
she said that they're pretty rude to her most of the time. The customers, like, they complain that she's not doing it fast enough or whatever.
I think she was new. Honestly, she
was too pricky to be older, to be like a seasoned customer service person.
But that's definitely my highlight, because we've been wanting to use that car for a while, and then today we took it for a car wash, and
because the weather was nice.
Yeah, the weather was nice finally, and yeah, it's a big it's a big change. But we had so much stuff in there. Honestly, this is how long we hadn't moved it. We had stuff from our Halloween party that we obviously had in October. So there was the Halloween decor in there from the Halloween party, and it was like in the trunk, in the back seat, and it's like, oh shoot, like this is how long it's been here that we haven't moved it. So obviously we threw stuff away that we knew decorations that we weren't going to use anymore, and then with the rest of the stuff we took storage. But the fact that we were able to clear out the car, and honestly, it was just that because the car itself was like, if you take that out, if the car was clean, obviously it needs a good vacuum and stuff. But it's a really good car. Out of everything we have, I think that's Pete's like
honestly, yeah,
favorite car.
I already told Eric like I want to do little touch-ups to it, like go get it to get deep clean. Like I did a deep clean on the seats before all this happened, like back in the beginning of October when we were still using it. And man, the seats were just like dirty. So I wanted to go get it like detailed and everything inside, make sure we take it to a mechanic, any little issues that it might have or whatever. And then just get like which is the last thing, just get the paint job done.
Yeah. Because this is your sign to do little tune-ups on your car if you haven't. Yeah. So if you see those lights on, get that oil change, do, all that stuff. Because we had the car there and it was gas tank was full. We had just done the oil change. But since it's been sitting there, obviously we wanted to kind of do like the little tune-ups and the tires. All the tires needed to be like readjusted.
Needed a re-jump.
And then my low point of the week has been my hair. We both have been letting our hair grow. And I'm personally in the weird stage of it. And it looks like, let me kind of move to the side. Ooh, this way. I feel like it looks weird. I don't have any shape to it, and it's really bothering me a lot. I'm like on the verge of like just kind of shaving it off because I get so frustrated. Yesterday we went to go see my mother-in-law and she's like, "Oh, you guys are letting your hair grow. Don't shave off your hair." Again, no se vayan a rapar. That's the first thing that she told me. I was like, "Don't do it anymore." But because I find it very easy to just kind of shave it off and not have to deal with it.
Like the way you combed it today looks really nice like that.
It took me forever. But I'm used to having the sides very trimmed and the back trimmed and just the top being like okay whenever I'm growing it. But I'm trying to let it grow to see how it looks, and I'm scared that I'm not gonna like it. And I spent all this time trying to let it grow to not do anything with it. I had it longer, about a year ago, and 2 years ago, maybe I want to say. And I think that was good. But it wasn't great because the sides were still cut, but the top was long and I liked it.
Getting a fade higher and higher.
Yeah.
So it looked kind of off.
It started to look,
than let it like
exactly that.
Started the fade down low.
It was starting to look like a little off because the fade was like going up higher and higher and higher. And then the reason was one of the times that I went to get a haircut, the girl messed up my hair. So I was just kind of like, let me see what I can work with. But now I'm trying to see how it works.
I know. I told him just to be patient because, like he said, it's going to pass all this time and then just not like it and cut it off. It's like, we'll just trim it.
Yeah.
I told him, like, I like his hair just like short, clean cut or the way it is right now, but maybe just the sides a little bit faded. I'm just doing whatever with my hair right now.
It looks good because your hair is curly.
It's
it has
flat
like
right now
curls.
because of like the headphones, but
no, I like it. I like it when there's like so many hairstyles that I've sent him because I feel like it goes with with the way his hair is growing.
Yeah, it's super.
So I just can't wait for him to actually try them or see them.
I'm just lazy because I feel like when we go to the gym, we shower there, and then I don't have any products, so I just kind of like brush it. Sometimes I put like a little leave-in conditioner, and that's it. We go, or I put a hat on, and we go, and then we come here. We're just here, so it's like there's never a time that I feel like I need to comb my hair, and then
there's
now
excuses. We've been everywhere this week. No, we haven't.
No, we haven't. Like, and I'm not gonna. And it's been so cold, so I was like, I need to wear a beanie all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been wearing beanies too, and I'm trying not to wear hats, because they say that wearing a lot of hats, messes with your hair follicles. So I don't want that to happen. But I'm trying to have kind of like a free range on my hair. So Pete just hurt his back before starting to record.
I know. So I'm a little. If you see me like being super antsy more than usual, guys, I'm just trying to find my little spot.
Yeah, because he's trying to.
My back felt real tight, just in general. Like I don't know why. And
what was it? You sneezed, right?
Yes, and then I sneezed super loud. So I sneezed and it just went like, oof, like I just felt like that pressure on my upper back. So I feel like, oh my god, it's killing me.
I all I heard was like, oh shoot, and I was like, oh no, his back. I kind of already knew it was his back. But if you see that, it's because he's hurt his
moving around.
Yeah, he hurt his back. But let's talk about. Let me face you really quick. Let's talk about TikTok. Do you think it's really going to ban it?
So, guys, I know we brought this up like a couple of videos back about the possibility of, rumor, legacies, and all this stuff. But yeah, like I feel like now that it's happening. I mean, I know that that's kind of still there's a lot of gray area of what the rules are going to be or whatever. But I know I've been seeing a lot more posts than it was before. How there's going to be a TikTok ban starting January 19th, allegedly or whatever. Yeah. You were telling me that you have to download it. Make sure you have it on your devices downloaded already. Do any updates now, and that's it. Like if you delete it off your device and this happens after the 19th, it's not going to be available to download.
So apparently, it's going to be off any device as far as like Apple and Android or Google, whatever it is, and you can't. If it's on the device, it's already there, but there's no.
You won't be able to do any updates.
Which is how I feel. It's gonna have like a slow death because if you can't update,
you're gonna be limited with what you can do to it.
With so many things, yeah. So I wonder if like the filters are gonna stop working.
There's so many questions.
I don't have a lot of followers on TikTok, so I'm not like so crazy as far as I've seen all these people going nuts about it because like all you see now is like people going live trying to sell everything. Like every other post is like somebody trying to sell. So obviously they're making business.
They're doing their lives.
Yes, and I'm
all the time.
TikTok's already gonna get banned, and I'm still trying to go live.
I know you were always bringing that up, and I'm like, what?
I know. Oh man, it's okay.
But some people are really weird when it comes to their lives in general.
I always try to look at the lives to get an idea of what people do, but people just go on there, they're doing nothing, or they're like wearing masks, or they're just kind of sitting there, weird. And it's like, and people watch.
I know, that's so
people
creepy.
Watch. I would go live to like playing Fortnite, but I feel like my channel is, or like my TikTok isn't like for that. So you know how I have like that other channel, like the toy channel. I feel like that would be for it for that specifically. But I mean, it doesn't have. I can't go live on that one yet. But my personal one. On my TikTok, I only have like 3,000 followers, and it's just like was nothing compared to like everybody else that have like so many. For our business, I know we grew on that one, like 31,000. I think that's pretty almost close to 32,000, which I think is really good.
And we're not very. I mean, I like being on TikTok or going on TikTok. Excuse me. Just because, I don't know, my mind just unwinds with stupid things that I see there all the time.
I like to,
or some entertaining things,
I like to try to do this videos that they do on TikTok. But my main one, I've always said it, has been YouTube. Like, I like YouTube. Like, I want to, keep growing on YouTube. And then Instagram is so hard to grow. At least for me, it's been so hard to grow. It's like, how do people do it? Like, I don't understand how it's like,
I feel like out of all the Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, I mean, those are the ones that I consider.
Instagram is the hardest one, right?
The hardest one, but I also feel like it's kind of the snobby one.
Yeah.
Like, the elite, like you have to have like aesthetic. All polished, and no matter what type of genre or category you fall in, toy,
your niche or whatever
your niche is. I feel like everybody who's like the top tier of that type of vibe, it's always going to be like very polished, very this, very that, which is great. But then if you have people that are like, you have very low follower or very low following, your quality isn't that great or whatever the case may be, you do look like all ranky compared to them, which is why I've stopped posting on there. Like my toy account that was the one that I use the most. I kind of stopped posting on there because I feel very very defeated. Like my content isn't as good as those. So
It's because you start feeling insecure, and it sucks.
And I get so in my head about like, what am I going to put the caption, and what am I going to say, what am I going to do, and I need it to look like this, and it's just like, oh my god, I get so overstimulated that I just shut down.
And honestly, I feel like that about every single platform. I feel like that about Instagram,
in general,
obviously, too. But I feel like that about YouTube, where I'm obviously trying to make our channel grow the most, or right now working on that one to grow. But I feel so insecure about that one, because I see all these videos and it's like, okay, our quality of the videos are pretty good, I feel. And then it's like, you have all these other people,
I feel like some people do put a lot of effort. I mean, I feel like not just because it's us, but I do feel like we put a good amount of effort in the quality. I mean quality in the sense of it's clear, the lighting, like all that, everything, the visual part of a video. I feel like it's really good. And then you get some people that just like, it's what the heck is this? And it's like, and then getting all these crazy views, and I'm like, what?
That's where I was like, what the heck?
I get so confused.
Yeah, that's how I feel about.
And don't we get little notifications? You know, when you're in a creator content profile and you get all these little side things, it'll tell you that, like, you know, make sure your videos are top-notch quality and this and that. They're not going to get pushed, and I don't know what. So you get like little feedback from the app itself or whatever. They're you know, it's a whole thing, but I'm like, oh, okay, so we're following all the rules, and then you have all these people just posting whatever nonsense.
Like I get so caught up on it because YouTube has this studio thing where, you know, where you go in and how many views your video has, whatever. And there's some shorts that I will literally be like, okay, it's gonna get pushed, and it'll have like 13. Some will go like, you know, 17,000, 1,000, whatever, but the ones that I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good one, it's like 13, 14, 15. The same thing on TikTok. So that's why with TikTok, it's like I'm not too upset about it being banned, although I know there's a lot of people that are.
Back to the TikTok, we were like,
I know we kind of derailed off of that one. So there's been these apps that people have been saying, alternative apps. So there's Red Note, and that's supposed to be a TikTok, but it's like all in Chinese. Now they're doing, it's, even though it's all in Chinese, they're trying to incorporate into like the English version and stuff. So even though you're going to see it all in Chinese,
more Americanized.
Yes, but I wonder.
Well, isn't TikTok like a Chinese app?
Yeah, it is. That's why. That's why it's the whole. That's what the whole issue
government
is here.
And those people have an issue with.
Yeah. So supposedly there's rumors that Elon Musk is trying to buy it. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That he's trying to buy it.
I don't think so.
They're not going to sell it. No matter. They know that they're so desperate to have the knowledge and the algorithm. We've all heard that, you know, they're trying to copy the algorithm. They can't figure it out. They have all these people. Whoever invented it, whoever owns it, whoever's running it, whatever, they know they have so much power. Yeah. They're not going to get rid of it, no matter what amount of money you want to give them.
Now my question is, if they ban it, once they ban it, everybody that's selling all this stuff, and then people that make orders, are they still going to still get their
saw a post yesterday, and I mentioned it to you, and I think I sent it to you. I don't know if you saw it or not, but this one particular girl that they were like kind of shredding her to pieces within the comments itself. Somebody shared her video. She's a TikToker. I don't know what she does. Point being, they shared her videos. They were like shredding her apart. I did watch the video. She pretty much was saying that she wanted to sue the government for wanting to ban and take away TikTok. How are all these influencers going to do it? If this was their sole income, source of income, that, you know, that she was giving, and I thought, like, I'm like, girl, you are putting your foot in your mouth as soon as she started saying what I'm about to say. So she was eating Raising Cane's, first of all, in her brand new 2025 Mercedes.
Oh my god,
SUV Mercedes. That she's like, this is my only source of income. I don't have a backup plan.
Okay, continue.
White and blonde.
I know. Was she saying, I just I have a $2,000 payment. I just got this truck, and
that's the one that I sent you.
Okay, I hadn't seen it.
Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, she was pretty much going on about how this is her only source of income. that, and then she like, okay, she said, this is only my only source of income. I just bought this 2025 brand new Mercedes SUV that she has like a $2,000 payment. Her house payment is $2,000. She just got the house like I guess last year, and then she's like, I'm not the with the lifestyle that I live. She's like, I can't afford that working at flipping burgers at McDonald's. She's like, so I don't know what I'm going to do and this and that. And then she started saying how, thank you so much. I've already raised $6,000. Thank you guys for sending me money. And I don't know where.
What the
I
heck?
guess she was like crying and helping, like, I guess, giving a sob story. So people started feeling bad for her. And she was asking for money because she wants to already start saving on the side.
That's
and like,
crazy.
oh my God. So everybody was saying, first of all, and this is no offense to anybody who does anything, because, you know, we all know what we're up to or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying in the comments, like, TikTok is a side hustle. It's a good way of making money or whatever, but you can't put your eggs in one basket by relying on that being your side hustle. We all knew eventually something's going to come up, or even if this is a ban or not ban or whatever, don't invest all your, you know, income into one place.
I honestly wouldn't have thought of it as being a side hustle because TikTok became so big. It's just as big as YouTube, and a lot of influencers just left their regular jobs and 8 to 5 jobs
because they needed to focus on it.
Yeah, on YouTube. So I'm assuming a lot of people started doing that with TikTok. The only thing is that TikTok grew so fast, so quickly, and they're the only platform that people have been, or that the government has been fighting to, I guess, kick off. You would think because of that, you would already start finding a different source or like a backup plan.
So that's what they were saying. Like, not, you know, I mean, that they should have a backup plan.
Yeah.
You know, there's influencers, like really big time influencers. They're doing everything, honey. They're doing TikTok. They're doing YouTube. They're doing Instagram. They're doing sponsorships.
Everything.
They're doing like, they don't have their eggs in one basket. So that's what they're pretty much saying. And the comments are like, you're living outside you're spending more than what you're making. So like, how is it that you thought you were going to be able to live beyond your means?
I know, that is so crazy.
And then the fact that she's and then everybody was like dropping pictures of applications in the comments, and they were saying, well, maybe you shouldn't have gotten a 2025 Mercedes. What was wrong with the car you had before? You know, they were just roasting her and poking fun of her and everything. But I do think it was kind of ridiculous of her to be asking for money when
for her lifestyle.
For her lifestyle, it's like, you're literally supporting this bimbo who was over here ranting about, and then she looks so fake, because if you guys saw the video, or if you've seen the video, she was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it, I don't know what, and she's holding a Raising Cane's cup and blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, oh, and by the way, thanks for sending me money, like, it's been helping.
I'm lying, I did see the video. I didn't finish watching the video, but I need to finish watching it.
It wasn't like a major deal, but I just thought, like, I'm sure there's a billion more of these
people
everywhere.
like that frustrate me so much, because I don't know how they get
really, like,
so much clout,
spoiled.
How they get so many people following them, and it's like, oy, whoever's following them, make sure you follow us too at Pete and Eric on every social media platform.
But and then one last thing on that, besides, you know, that they're being a little silly or nonsense. Somebody put in the comments, one of the comments that I read, that this gentleman, he has some sort of disease. I'm not sure exactly what. He's been in the hospital. He started a GoFundMe account to try to pay some of his hospital bills. He's like, I've raised $70. He's like, but yet you're over here complaining about you've only raised $6,000. He's like, yeah, here's my link in case anybody wants to sponsor me.
Yeah, I mean, for real. Honestly, I'm kind of, in the back of my head, kind of hoping that it gets banned, just so I can see the shit hit the fan and see how everybody's going to do, or what everybody's going to do as far as all these influencers that put all their eggs in one basket, just so I can see the drama and see what's going to happen.
Don't include me in that karma right there, please. But yeah, I think it's going to get a little crazy if it happens.
I think it is going to get a little crazy.
I just think the government needs to focus on other important stuff than a freaking TikTok dance app.
That's a whole other story. But yeah, I mean, we won't get affected by the whole TikTok thing. I don't think. We're not on anything.
It's going to be like a bloop.
Yeah, I was like, okay, next. I would barely start. I would barely even post on it, and then I would like post and then off, and then post and off, and it's probably one I never grew. But it's like whatever. And then all these other different pages that I have, they don't grow, and it's like I've been trying. I made one for our podcast, and then we're barely like at I don't know like at 44, I think, followers, and people like our stuff, and it's just they don't follow. It's fine. Just follow us here. Subscribe to our channel. That's what I care. That's what I'm most invested on.
Now, moving on to another actually important topic is
a real important
fires going on in California still. It's just been a little crazy. Everything, all the videos and photos and everything that everybody's been sharing.
I've seen so many, and it's so many homes and that have been destroyed, and it's so unfortunate. And
whole neighborhoods.
Yeah, and
it's insane.
It's sad because it happens every year. It happens every year, or every so often that happens there. What I don't agree on is so many people bashing is the word. Bashing is the G word on all the celebrities, because it doesn't matter. It's one of your homes. One of your
one we're talking
homes.
about is Paris Hilton.
Yeah, I mean, it's like so many people are bashing all these celebrities just because they're rich, and their home. A home is a home. Like whatever it is, whether
you're a celebrity or not a celebrity, whether the house is $100 or $100 million, it's still your home. It still costs you money. You still had memories there. And whether it's your only home or you have 10 homes, like they said. They were dragging Paris Hilton about it, like, she was on my house and this and that. Who cares? It's still meant something to that person, regardless of the fact. And yes, maybe some people are fortunate enough to have the money and means and whatever context to just go and live in a hotel or move to one of their houses if they're lucky enough, or go stay with somebody else. Some people aren't. And it's like, regardless, like everybody being involved in that whole situation right now, it's shitty. Like I couldn't even imagine having to go through any of that. Like, and then what kills me, guys, are all the, and then I mean, the adults and children, everybody. Of course, we all want them to be safe. But what like really pulls at my heart is all the people I saw on videos trying to save their pets, or trying to save animals in the wild, like trying to save horses, and I don't know, just so many pets, and it just made me so sad. I'm not gonna cry because I'm just already thinking of all the images that I've seen, but it's very, very like really puts you in a humble mood. Like, don't take anything for granted. Take care of everything. I don't know, just a bunch of things that run through your mind.
I just feel that the state, or the area, they would have a better plan, because it's not the first year that it's happened.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's sad that they don't have
they haven't worked up some sort of situation for that
plan.
I know it sounds silly, and everybody's like, well, what do you know? In my head, and I know it's like there's so many factors to it, but just in plain terms, they live right next to the ocean. Isn't there a way for them? And I mean, California's a big state. I'm sure they could find the means and funds and et cetera and all this stuff. Like I mentioned, there's so many details for them to like periodically drain a certain amount of water out of the ocean. I don't know if seawater would make the fire worse, which I don't think it would. But anyways, like, put it in reservoirs or somewhere, store it, and maybe they could make like a whole irrigation line all the way down the state, and other like smaller pipes going this way, if I'm making any sense to you guys. That way they have those reservoirs in certain good amount of areas where like it's consistently, periodically throughout the year, watering areas where they need to be watered, because that's how it starts. It's so hot, it's so dry, and then whether it's an accident that somebody starts a fire in a forest or a nearby area because of fireworks or whatever, or if it's just because of the heat and poof, it just bursts into flames.
I know, I just
think it's so crazy how, and it's easier said than there hasn't just been a solution or some sort of.
Yeah, I think that more that's so crazy how there really hasn't been a solution to that, when it has, it's happened years. Yeah. Like the year that Miley lost her house, like where it burnt down.
That was like what, 2 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah. So it's just it's sad. Like everything that's going on is sad, and it's just I feel like it to them it must feel like it's never ending.
Yeah.
Because it's been going on for
Ever.
for so long already, and
whoever
it's
doesn't believe in global warming and all that stuff, you're crazy. Like there's just science behind science that proves it, and hopefully we'll get to a point where something can get resolved, not just for them in California, but just in the world in general. And another thing that I want to bring up really quickly regarding that before we move on, two things. They were showing so many the pilots, or not, excuse me, the planes that carry the water. I don't remember what they're called. From Canada, they were like flying over and picking up all the water and then dumping it. And then all the bomberos, all the firefighters from Mexico coming over to help with the fires. Yet we don't treat these two allies. We don't see them or treat them as allies, and it's just ridiculous. Like, hello, but yet they're still coming over here alone. They're coming over here to help our asses when we need them. When we should be like all in good terms, communicating with one another and all that stuff. And then it's so crazy. And then all this stuff that I saw about how they were saying that the firefighters were just taking advantage to come visit family members and come to the States. I'm like, are you serious? Like, they're out here.
The internet is
perfect for starting rumors.
Shit. Yeah. Honestly, the people on the internet suck because they all they do is find a thing to complain about. All they do is find a thing to bash somebody about. All they do is just to try to fight about any
no matter whatever
thing
you do.
Yeah, you no matter what
really
you do,
good, they're gonna find something bad about it.
Somebody's gonna complain about anything, and it's so crazy how now it happens more and more and more and more and more, and it's so like the world frustrating.
So many people are full of hate, and they're just so unhappy that they just thrive on digging into
I wonder,
that.
like, do you get tired of it, like being the way you are? Where as far as like,
I'm when I get in my moments like that, because I tell you, and I call myself out on it. Like, I get in my moments like that, and I'm just like, oh my God, I feel so drained. I need to stop doing whatever I'm talking about or focusing on, and I snap out of it, and I feel better. But can you imagine being that way, whether you know it or don't know it? And just being so negative like,
all the time.
They were saying about how Taylor Swift donated $10 million. And they were already talking about her because she donated $10 million and blah, 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 blah. She could donate more. That Disney World donated $15 million and how they were talking crap about them. And then how Selena Gomez had put on, like, I guess she purchased, I don't know, X amount of gallons of gasoline. Like, it was like a crazy amount. And 2 big old planes or some sort of thing, containers. And they're like, oh, what's she gonna do? She's gonna light she's gonna add more fuel to the fire. And I don't know.
This is where
they're using. She has that gas on reserve for whenever they need it, like to transport people, for the firefighters, for their trucks. I'm just like, oh my God.
That's how you know that the trolls just speak out of their ass
for not knowing.
They do it so much. And I read. Normally I stay quiet. I'll just read, but recently I just comment and I respond because there's so many people just talking out of their butts and nobody calls them out on it, and I hate reading stuff because I get so angry just reading all this stupid.
I never like reading the comments, guys.
And so I started responding, and it's like, it just gets me so upset because it's somebody behind their stupid phone, behind their stupid computer, just making.
And it's always user 123 with like some sort of
it's people that aren't even lifting a finger to try and help. All they're doing is moving those stupid little thumbs to bash and judge everybody else who is actually helping. It's so stupid. Okay, I'm done talking about this because I'm gonna get mad.
Moving on to the next segment of our podcast, we like to read our little Reddits. Am I the asshole post? I'm going to start off with mine. It says, am I the asshole for expecting my stay-at-home husband to do the stay-at-home duties?
Oh, that was mine.
No.
Yeah, let me change it.
Okay. Well, maybe we could just focus on that one.
Yeah, we'll focus on that one.
See? We're twins. Okay. So it's trying to send you the.
Oh, sorry.
It says, my husband Jack, quote unquote, 33 male, and I, 28 female, have a toddler together and have another one on the way. He's a stay-at-home husband, and I work full-time. I'm out of the house the majority of the day while he's at home with the toddler. Jack doesn't do anything. He never sets an alarm to get up with the toddler. I do. He sits in the living room until the toddler naps, which varies every day, then goes to the basement to play his video games. Our toddler will sleep anywhere between 2 to 3 hours. Then once our toddler wakes up, he makes dinner, and maybe gets one chore done around the house. Almost every day he does this. There are some days when I'm pleasantly surprised, I guess meaning that he does do more than he normally does. I've talked to Jack multiple times about keeping the house cleaned, but he claims it's not fair that I don't do anything, which isn't true. If the house is kept up, I do dishes, laundry, meal prep on my days off. Sometimes I'll bake too. I'll also be on toddler duty. However, once he lets the house go, I don't do anything other than clean the areas my toddler is in, so she's not affected by it because she deserves a clean house. I have almost gotten the house completely cleaned 3 times, and he lets the house go. I've tried splitting chores, but again, it's hard when I work full-time and I'm out of the house the majority of the day. My job has me on my feet all day, and some days are harder than others. I tell Jack all the time that if the roles were reversed, I'd have the house cleaned for him. Jack claims that's not true. He claims it's my fault that the house is trash because I should do more. Yet I work full-time because he didn't want to work, which I supported and made more sense financially. I have also been really tired and just want to sleep due to my pregnancy. But Jack gets mad if I don't wake up in the morning, even though I let him sleep in most mornings. We literally had another fight about the house being trashed, and instead of helping me clean, like I asked, he's now working in the garage. Jack will literally find other things to do than clean the house. For example, if there's a task that needs to be done, he'll take it all day to do it, even if it's an hour-long job. Am I the asshole for expecting my husband to clean the house? Should I be doing more?
Yes, you're the asshole.
Whatever.
She is for marrying the guy.
Oh, I was like, oh my God, I was about to get into it with you.
She's honestly, it's a dumb situation because it's a more of a common sense where it's like if you're a stay-at-home dad, that's parent, or in this case, if you're a stay-at-home dad, I mean, that's what else are you gonna do? I mean, and she's over here working, and then she's taking care of 2 toddlers in this case, because you would think that pregnant. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, it's her fault for marrying this guy, but I feel like be more considerate of your spouse if you know that they're getting home obviously tired from work, and you're not. If you're at home doing nothing, just playing video games, it's sad, but there's a lot of situations that are like that, and it's mostly
in some way or another.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen both ways, obviously. Where it's like the wife is a stay-at-home wife, and you know, the spouse, and she's not doing anything, and the husband gets home, and you know, there's no dinner on the table or whatever. If the roles, it's just like she said, if the roles were reversed, I mean, he'd expect it from her.
And it's sad that we still live in the situation where, you know, the woman needs to have the house clean, and the woman needs to do this, and the woman needs to do that.
But if that was the situation, then he should be the one working.
Yeah. I mean, she already took it upon herself to work. I feel that, yeah, he needs to do more. Whether he was a man or a woman, if you're at home and, you know, your sole job is to take care of your kid and there's still a toddler, come on, you have so much time. I feel like put yourself on a daily schedule, you know, do all your chores between X amount of time and this amount of time. Leave yourself an hour or 2 to do whatever you want to do, video games or sleep or whatever, and then cook something. Like there's no excuse for not having the house clean. Having some meals clean, doing errands. I mean, shoot, if Eric literally was just working all the time, he already knows the situation. Like, there wouldn't be any excuse about it. I think it's just ridiculous. Like, and I feel like for the fact that he's telling her that she needs to do more, that it's her fault the house isn't clean.
I would be so
pissed off.
Yeah, I'd be so pissed. I wonder if they lived together before getting married.
I don't know.
I mean, it says a lot, I think. That would say a lot, and that would kind of raise some red flags. You would expect that would raise some red flags for her. In this case, obviously, he's the asshole. And I feel for her, especially because she's pregnant with their second child.
No, unfortunately, I feel like it's not going to change. It's going to make it worse, I think, for her.
Yeah, I think it's not going to change. And normally it doesn't. And normally it kind of just gets worse. But good luck, girl. Good luck. We weren't going to do a second one because Pete and I had already found one. But this was kind of relevant because Pete and I were recently just talking about this specific topic. And I'm going to read it out loud. Or I'm going to read it now.
Right?
Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for calling out my mother-in-law for using the N-word as a joke? My wife and I have been married for 3 years. For context, I'm black and grew up in Baltimore. There are certain words, especially the N-word, that are absolutely unacceptable, no matter the context. My wife is white and from a much smaller, more ritual town, and we've already had a great relationship despite our different upcomings. You know where I'm going with this. Mm-hmm. Recently, we visited her family for the holidays. During the dinner, my mother-in-law made a comment about how I must be able to handle the heat in the kitchen because I'm from Baltimore. Then dropped the N-word in some bizarre attempt to make it into a joke. Do you want to joke about that? Like, how do you? I would never. I don't think I would ever want to joke about that.
There's so many reasons why, but we'll
yeah. The entire table went silent. I was stunned and just said, "That's not funny." She laughed awkwardly and said, "Oh, come on, it's just a joke. Don't be so sensitive." I responded, "That's a word that isn't acceptable, and it doesn't feel like a joke to me." Yeah, I wouldn't. Mm-hmm. Later, when I brought it up to my wife, she said I was overreacting. She told me that her mom has an old-fashioned humor. That is such an excuse all the time. I feel like that's an excuse for older people. It's like, oh, it's because they're so old. Oh my God.
They're from a certain era.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it shouldn't be an excuse. And didn't mean anything by it. She also said I should work on respecting her family more, and this has spiraled into a bigger argument between us. I understand that her family has a different way of joking around, but I feel like this crossed a major line. Am I the asshole for speaking up about it, or should I have let it go to keep the peace?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. That is so disrespectful. The N word is one thing that you don't say. Pete and I were
literally just talking about
2 days
ago.
Yeah, was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
We went to the gym, and there's these guys there, and they were using it, like throwing it around like nothing. Throwing it around like candy.
They're in the sauna.
Yeah, and it's like, bro.
And they weren't even whispering, guys. They were just like flat out
saying it
and this
so
and that and this. Mind you, they're all Hispanic, so
yes,
just more context.
And
for you.
this and this and this and this and this, right? And it's like, oh, that's what you're saying. And this. I thought you were saying and this.
No, and this.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Like, no, like, don't. What were to happen if somebody walked in, like a black person walked in and heard you talking with that?
Like, would you feel? If you don't continue using that word, then you're wrong.
Yes.
So why are you using it?
Why are you using it?
Like, I would love to see those kids, and I'm saying kids in the sense they're like in their early 20s. They're not like 12.
They're not teenagers. Right?
They're between at least 20 to 25.
Yeah.
So they're young. They're very frat boy. They're very they're gym rat kids. So they think they're really cool. They're saying, and this, bro, and this, and more than anything, I was just getting so annoyed with them talking. First of all, they're talking super light in a sauna where you want to just be relaxing. Then they sound stupid because they're using that word, and neither one of them. I feel like within African American people, black people, they can use that word because that's within themselves.
Which is actually rarely, I feel like, we use.
I don't know. Well, at least. Not that when we're around, we never hear them say that. But anyways, that's cultural appropriation. That's for them to use and whatever. Like, I feel like every culture has their own terms or words or slangs that you can only use within each other. Like, and it is offensive for another person of a different race to use it. But anywho, yeah. like Eric mentioned, I'd be really interested to see if they would continue using that word around a black person that would be inside the sauna with us, which I would be a black man.
Yeah.
I doubt it. And for them, and if they did, what kind of reaction they would have from that person. I don't think it'd be a good interaction that they would have.
No.
But you know what? It would be their fault for using a word that they shouldn't be using in the first place.
And like Pete said, if they stay quiet, like when that person walks in, and
If they think they're in no wrong, then go ahead, keep on doing it. But let's see what's going to happen.
Yep. So in this case, definitely the guy is not the asshole. The mom is the asshole, and the girl,
family,
the wife,
the whole
is the
family
asshole, because she didn't defend him. One, and two, she thought he was overreacting. I think that in no way do I think that is him overreacting.
Now, let's say somebody else would have used that word outside in public. Like, let's say they were in a restaurant and I don't know, it came up and they were in a conversation with a stranger or whatever, and he got offended. Would she be on his side, or she would still tell him,
you're overreacting.
You're reacting. Like, I think that's not something to overreact.
Yeah, and I feel that we need to stop making excuses for older people and
correct.
saying, "Oh, they're just older,"
They're old,
or they're
don't mind them.
Yeah, no, that needs to stop flying as far as making it an excuse for them, because it happens so much, and it happens with people that we even know
on a daily basis.
Yeah, and it's even though you're uncomfortable, you feel and you think that people want to make you feel like you should accept it because they're older.
Or I'm just joking.
Yeah.
You're not joking. Whenever you say something, it's truly not a joke.
Yep.
Yeah. I just feel like that's just using a cover up to, you've effed up. So that person's getting offended. Now you're getting called out. And now you want to just say, I was just kidding. Or,
está viejo.
They're old. Ay, no le pongas atención. Don't pay attention. Like, you know what? I feel like if anybody is bothered, they have a right to bring it up to them.
Yes, of course.
Mind you, bring it up in a polite way. Be quote unquote like professional the way you're bringing it.
Yeah.
Don't attack the person.
I
unless you're
agree.
being attacked. But I feel like there's an appropriate way to bring it up and make your point across to them. Now, if they continue and they don't give a crap, that's a whole different situation to deal with. But just in a black and white world, no pun intended, it's just like, I feel like no longer are we in the day and the times where everything is just going to be brushed off.
Yeah, or where things should be acceptable when there shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be. I feel like if you're offended by something, you feel uncomfortable by something, you should feel comfortable enough to bring it up to that person.
Stand your ground.
And like I said, as long as it's all being in a very polite way, you want to get your point across, then you should.
Especially when it comes to culture appropriation.
Or gender appropriation.
Yeah, gender appropriation.
Or cultural, like anything like that. Just, we should all be more mindful, more respectful. The world is changing daily. And, we no longer live in these little cookie cutter images. Like, everybody has so much going on. I'm not saying you have to tiptoe around people, but I feel like you should be more respectful.
Yeah, definitely be more respectful. And with that said, we are saying goodbye for today.
Like RESPECT.
Respect each other. And we hope you guys have a great day. That is it for today's episode.
And a great weekend.
We will see you guys next Friday. But also make sure you check out our vlog videos from here.
Check out our TikToks while they're still up, hopefully.
We were doing good posting like dance videos and stuff. We will post them here on TikTok too. I mean, on YouTube too.
And YouTube.
But we need to start doing those again. I think those were fun.
Speaking for myself, I feel like since speaking for myself, since I stopped working out and I've gained a little bit of weight, I feel so comfortable now.
We don't feel comfortable.
I mean, I
don't even feel comfortable with what I'm wearing. I'm going to be honest. I don't feel really comfortable with what I'm wearing right now.
It looks so nice though, but it's different. I think when we're sitting down than standing up, and vice versa. If you're standing up and you're sitting, anyways, if you don't feel comfortable, do something about it, which is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we're trying to do that. Yeah. But hope you guys have the day you deserve. And we will talk to you guys soon. Subscribe to our channel. Click the little bell to get a notification every time we upload any video.
And like the video.
Yes, like this video. Please comment down below and check out our other videos. We are posting a little more videos throughout the week as well. So make sure you check those out. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, and then the
Thumbnail.
I'm ready to check this clothes off. I'm ready to check this clothes off. I'm ready to check